Hello. Hello. I can't tell if this thing's working or not. Okay. I think we are live. Bear with me. I feel like Facebook Live is so new now. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna check this on my phone. OMG. Okay, I see Abby. Hi, Abby. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and kind of jump right into this. I have some notes over here. So, when you guys jump on, please say hello. Please say where you are from. I will dive into that and why I want to know that here in a couple minutes. Feel free to tag people to jump on this with you. Tag your upline, tag your success partners, tag your coaches, tag everyone. Because let's be honest, coaching is all about the community, right? And all about just making working together more fun. Okay, I see a lot of people. Hi, friends. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started and introduce myself. My name is Kahla Walker, for those who don't know. I have been a coach for November will be 3 years. I feel like it has absolutely flown by. Through the course of my coaching career, I was in a nursing school. I started it in nursing school, an accelerated nursing program. So doing the whole listening to the national wake up call while I'm driving to school, using my workouts as a study break, absolutely just juggling everything and anything. And then I started working full time as a nurse. And then in the past 6 months, I jumped into travel nursing. So now I'm kind of dabbling in this full time nurse life / full time coach life, because when I'm not in a travel contract, I am full time coaching, which has been amazing. It's been a lot of everything and switching things up. But super grateful for just everything coaching has brought me, and I'm super grateful to bring this little action hour to you guys today. So first things first, whenever I'm about to jump into work or get started doing something productive where I know I need to be focusing in on it, our team is big on dance parties, hyping it up, drinking energized, dancing it out, just feeling good. And then lately, another thing that I've kind of started adding into my morning routine before I truly get my day going is writing out 5 things I'm grateful for from the day before. Because I feel like life, especially 2020, God bless this year, it's just been a lot. And I feel like we really lose sight of why we're doing, what we're grateful for, what we have going well for us in life. And we just focus on the bad things or our to-do list and just trying to check things off. So dance it out, hype it up, write out things you're grateful for, listen to personal development. That's another great way to just set your mind right for diving into actions. And I have a list of some of my favorite podcasts here for you guys in case, because I know I'm always I don't know what podcast to listen to. So I have Empower Her, The Angie Lee Show, Earn Your Happy, Straight Up, with Trent Shelton, The Mindset Mentor. Some of those are some of my favorite ones. So some of them are super quick and as quick as 10 minutes, and I always listen to them at 1.5 speed, so that makes them even quicker. So super quick just to knock it out, get your mind right, and then dive into work. With this action hour, I want to clarify that an action hour it doesn't include working out. It doesn't include drinking your shakes. It doesn't include personal development. Those are things we should be doing every single day. And if everyone should be using the Success Club Business Activity Tracker, especially the latest updated one. You can actually find it in Unit 2 on here on the Champions page. It has that Shakeology follow-up guide with it. There was a national wake-up call way back when where basically, guys, it's crazy. If you follow up with people who order Shakeology, order the pre- and post-workout, order products from you, and they cancel and you don't know why, follow up with them, and chances are they didn't know how to make it. They didn't like the one way that they tried it. Just follow up with people, and it is amazing what you will learn about people and why they aren't proceeding with the products or just aren't continuing to stick to the workouts. So Success Club Business Activity Tracker is key to everything. It's been proven by coaches that it's what helps us see success in our business. So I'm going to dive into this. I will be, for those who haven't done an action hour or a power hour, we'll do timed actions. I have them all written out over here. I'll start a timer, and during the actions, we want you to be working and doing the actions. So I will not be talking. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. And if I do see something that is a really good question that I want to cover while I'm on here on the live, I will say it out loud before we jump into the next action. Otherwise, I'll probably just reply to it in the chat with a comment. Oh, I'm looking in and seeing where everyone is from. Why I ask that is because I am a travel nurse and I love traveling the country and seeing new places. So I love hearing where other people are from because maybe someday I'll end up there. So thank you guys for putting that in the chat. Okay, first things first. The way I'm going to start this off is the first 5 minutes. If you haven't posted today or you don't know what you're going to post today, I either want you to post on your feed because basically, when it comes to this is a network marketing business, correct? With network marketing, we have to network. We have to talk to other humans. We have to be like showing up on social media because if we are reaching out to people and they come to our page and see that our last post was a month ago, they're gonna be like, is this girl really like working a business? The our Instagram, social media, whatever is literally like our storefront. So if you aren't showing up there, your storefront is technically like closed. That's the way that I like to look at it. So first 5 minutes, we're basically going to be either posting if you haven't yet, or you can kind of like brainstorm what you're going to post. I personally like to post in the evenings, so I won't post until probably like 7 p.m. ish. That's just like when my following knows that I like to throw stuff up on my feed. So I'll kind of be brainstorming what I'm going to post tonight. If you have already posted, amazing. Go ahead and you can like empty DMs for the first 5 minutes. You can kind of brainstorm like a call to action because I'll dive into that later too. But yeah, so that is what we're going to go ahead and do for the first 5 minutes. Let me set a timer on my phone. Okay, ready, set, go. If there's any people jumping on here now, we are just kind of like coming up with our post for the day or like brainstorming a call to action, just like figuring out what we're going to throw up on social media today. We have about 2 minutes left. Okay, that is time. So, like, for example, I just started typing up what I'm going to be posting tonight, and then I'll finalize it later. Some people like to like plan out what they're going to post days in advance, even like they plan the whole week of posts. Definitely trying to do it like days in advance is helpful because then that allows you to like continue to like brainstorm things to add into it, go back and tweak it a little bit, because let's be honest, when you type things on the spot, normally it isn't the best. So I'm sure like later on when I come back to this post, I'll probably add a little bit more into it. But on a good day where I like have my life planned out, I will probably like have posts for the next couple days already planned out. Okay, next thing is gonna be 5 minutes of this is probably one of my favorite things to do. And I started implementing this probably a couple months ago. And I didn't think it would be like as impactful as it is, but some of the responses I've got to it have been incredible. So literally just sending a new follower message. So when new people come to your account and follow you, I always just slide them a message and basically say, hey, like, thank you so much for following this journey on here. If there's anything, like any questions you have, any tips or tricks you want to see or know, like, let me know. If I like look at their page and like, for example, if they're another nurse or something, I'll ask them about their specialty, or like I'll ask them if they're another travel nurse. Travel nursing lately has been like a hot topic for me. So I'll talk to other travelers about like other contracts they have, just literally networking with people and getting to know people. But even if I send a simple like new follower message that's as simple as thanks so much for following, means a lot. Like, obviously, it's not easy to share my life on here. If you have any questions, like, let me know. I'll be around. People will reply and be like, oh my gosh, no one has ever done this. Like, this is so sweet. Thank you so much. And I'm like, it's as simple as that. Like, that just like starts a conversation and a relationship with that person. So, if you don't have like a whole bunch of new followers or anything, you also can like dive into your DMs on here or else just start networking in other ways, like going through and liking pictures. You can start searching hashtags. We can kind of jump the gun. But if you do have new followers, or else you can even reach out to old followers too and basically say, like, hey, it's nice to see you still sticking around on this page, showing me love, supporting me, all that stuff. So that is going to be the next 5 minutes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pop them into the chat. I will throw a little tidbit out there. If I can tell that like it's another coach or like some other type of like network marketer, I probably won't message them just because I don't know, I don't want to like put my time into that. So like I just came across another coach and like I'm not gonna send her like a new follow message. Right now we are sending, I just saw the comment. We are sending new followers a message basically saying like, hey, thanks for coming to the page. Thanks for supporting. If you have any questions, let me know. Cause I've got really good feedback with just like thanking people for coming to my page and following my journey. So we're doing that for 5 minutes. We have 3.5 minutes left. Oh, the timer just went off. I accidentally like hit it right away. So I think that's. Does anyone have any questions on like the new follower message? It's seriously just as simple as telling people like, "Thank you so much for following my journey, supporting me on here." And some people won't answer. I'll admit. Some people will just like it and leave it at that, and that's okay. Sometimes when I am like, when I put a call to action up on my story, and then I'm going back through and inviting people, just having that initial like new follow, thank you for following me, like thank you message up there, and then followed by an invite, I feel like it makes it look better. Like it makes it look like I'm not just trying to be like some salesy person, because like I genuinely thanked them for like following my account before I tried to proceed any further. So super simple, super quick. Go through, follow the or like the send a message to the new following people, and that is as simple as that. So the next action we are gonna do is gonna be 3 minutes long. Go through and like reply to comments on your post. Reply to comments on your post. If you don't have any like new comments on your post, whenever I post, we like our team always says not to post then ghost. Like once you post on Instagram, try to like stay on Instagram, answer comments as soon as they come in. But sometimes like straggling comments come in, so I'm gonna go through and like answer those or like reply to those now, because if someone's commenting and taking the time to post on your picture, like answer them. Don't be that person that just leaves people chilling. If you don't have any new comments to go and answer anything, go through and like the old comments, like previous comments, because what that's going to do is that's going to like give them a notification technically saying that, like, it's basically going to pop up your name on their like notifications again, basically saying you liked that comment. So just like another way to kind of get your account on their like Instagram. So we're just gonna quickly do this for 3 minutes. This is gonna be a quick one. Alrighty, timer's going off. My timer's really soft. I need to turn up my volume. Okay, so touch base on no posting and ghosting. The next thing we are gonna do, this is like, I think this is so fun. We are gonna find new people to follow and just like engage with. And one of my favorite ways, so I just recently actually, I kind of jumped into this game a little late. Started using the collections on Instagram. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like if you go to someone's post and then you click, yeah, you guys can see it. Click the little flag down in the bottom and then save to collection, you can like create collections by months or by, you can do like potential coaches or potential clients. I've been doing it by month just because that's easier to keep track of. So how do I find people? You can either go to an influencer that you really like. You can, for me, I can do like nursing accounts. Something I just started doing since I've been travel nursing is searching like local places. For example, I'm down in Florida and there's like a park that I went and ran at the other day, and there were so many people out and about like playing beach volleyball, being active, etc. And I saw people like taking pictures too. So I searched that park location and then I can like engage with people like that post or like tag that park because then they're like kind of in the same area, kind of the same age group as me, that type of stuff. Another good way is like using like a nearby mall, or I mean technically I guess you could like look up like bars and restaurants too, but if people are tagging bars they might not be big fitness people. But I know another big one that people like to do, at least girls like in their 20s, are people from The Bachelor or like The Bachelorette. Go to their accounts and then see the people, like click on a post and see the people who are liking, commenting on the post. Commenting, if someone is commenting on someone else's post, they are going to be the people that are more likely to like comment on yours because they're obviously already engaging on social media. If people are just liking it, then you might like just get a like out of them, but that's kind of like another thing to keep in mind. So we are going to do this for 5 minutes. Just go through, find 20 people, whether you're searching like an influencer's account, that type of stuff, and follow them. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, I don't want to follow a bajillion people. Follow them. Just do it. Put them into your collection. You can pick a picture. So go to their account, follow them. You can pick a picture that, like, for example, if I find a nursing person, I'll probably pick a nursing picture to save that to the collection. And then when I like see that in the collection, I'll be like, oh, I like this girl because she's a nurse. And like I clicked with her in that way. That type of thing. Does anyone have any questions on that? Let me see. Okay, we are gonna start. So we're gonna do this for 5 minutes. a lot louder. Time's up. So let's see. I was going through the comments. Um, who do you send all these invites to? Most random people ignore me. Does anyone have certain hashtags? Actually, the next thing we're talking about is hashtags, so this is perfect. But honestly, I try not to like cold market invite. I have better luck with people that I know and or I have talked to, even if it's just as simple as like sending them the new follow message, or else here in a little bit too, I will kind of go over how I just like network with people through their stories and just like through their posts and starting that conversation. I'm so sorry that it was so loud. um, just like how I start having a conversation with people and how to not make it like a cold invite, because then yeah, like even people ignore me, and I don't know, you just kind of have to keep rolling with the flow and not let like people ignoring you stop you, because you could say the, let's see, what's the saying, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. So you never know like when someone isn't going to ignore you and when maybe it will like turn into your next future coach or like your next diamond coach, like that type of stuff. What I don't like of my stories is that I find that they are always the same. 12 or 15 people that watch them. When I do post, they are seen by others. Any advice? I would just keep. I'm cracking up with the timer comments. um, just like keep like kind of what I like just said. Just keep doing you and branching out and finding new people, connecting with new people. I am gonna continue on and we'll kind of dive into just how to network with more people and reach more people when it comes to starting conversations and just like connecting with other people. Oh my gosh, yeah. See, I had someone randomly sign up from Insta. It happens. Like, literally, some people, like, I have to talk to them for so long, follow up so long. And then other people are like, hey, I want to join your boot camp. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you never know, but you have to just stay consistent and keep pushing through the hard because, like, your time will come. I promise. Stay consistent. I promise your time will come. So, next thing we're going to do is hashtags. This is just going to be a quick 2 minutes. Finding new hashtags to follow and like suggested tags. So I think the key to hashtags is one, when I'm putting them on a post lately, I'd say 4 or 5 months ago, I used to put my hashtags in the comments of my post, but now I put it like in the caption of my post. So I will type up my caption and then I'll like hit enter. And then I put like 4 to 5 hashtags, because if you put 20 or a bajillion hashtags, basically Instagram is gonna like mark that as like spam or like a robot or whatever, and it won't let, like, the algorithm will stop that post from being seen by a bunch of different people. So 4 to 5 hashtags are the key. And then another thing with hashtags is do not use like hashtag fitness or like hashtag beachbody. Like, don't use those super general hashtags, because there's probably millions of tags with those hashtags, and like your post is going to get lost in there regardless of how many followers you have. So like, for example, for me, since I'm a travel nurse, like hashtag fit nurse life, I think it has like 11,000 like tags on it or like followers for it. So there's like a decently good chance that my post is going to be kind of high up on that hashtag. When it comes to hashtags, you need to like really dig deep into who your, I think it's niche, you guys know what I'm saying, like your avatar, your ideal people. You need to figure out who your ideal person is. Like for me, it's a nurse, it's people that love to travel, it's like adventurous girls in their 20s, like that type of stuff. So I always search like nursing hashtags, stuff like that. Let's see. So we're gonna go for 2 minutes. I would right now, since we're just quickly doing this, try to find hashtags that don't have a heavy following. And you know how you guys like, we can follow the hashtags now? Do that. And sometimes I'll even, if I'm just quickly trying to like find people, I will search like fit nurse life and I'll just go through the hashtag and literally just like the pictures, because that's going to pop up my name on these people's account and they'll probably hopefully look at my account and go from there. So we are putting 2 minutes on the clock. I'm going to turn down my volume a little bit. Okay, that's the time on that. In the comments, I've never used hashtags. How do you know what to use? So that is where, like I said, you're gonna kind of have to figure out who you're trying to talk to, like who your ideal person is. Like, what are the 5 things that make you you? Like, it sounds like you have kids, so you could search like kids hashtags based on like the age of your kids, whatever your hobbies are. Like recently, I just got a paddleboard, so I should probably look up like paddleboarding hashtags, just to, like dive into like a new small knit audience. And then how else do you get new followers except from people you don't know? So I feel like a big thing with social media is putting out good content. Like, is your content like, don't just throw up random stuff like happy Friday, hope or happy Thursday, hope everyone has a great day. Like, that's not gonna bring new people to your page. Like, come up with things that like the goal of your post is to have someone like comment on it and tag their friend and be like, oh my gosh, you should see this, or like a workout that people want to save and come back to, or like a recipe. When I first started coaching, I used to do a lot of like free stuff, a lot of free recipes, a lot of free workouts, and basically people would come to my page for those free stuff. So that just kind of helped grow my following from the get-go. Okay, moving on. Next thing is going to be 5 minutes, and this is connecting. So, again, kind of like networking with people, growing your account, talking to new people. And the way that we're going to do this for 5 minutes is going through, and I put watching stories, but do not just go click through your stories and be like, oh, yeah, like watching this person's Instagram. Like, if someone posts like a see a chug, send a chug thing, you can comment and be like, oh my gosh, your cup is so cute. Where did you get it? Like, something to start a conversation. And then this was a tip I found out a while ago that I didn't even think of is on, because obviously the people like on the front of your, like right at the very front of your stories, those are people that you like engage with often. So they probably like engage with you too. Like, for example, mine are a lot of my coaching girls, like my team. So I'm going to scroll all the way back to the back of the stories and watch the stories backwards, because these are going to be people that like I normally don't like see on my feed, or I normally don't engage with. So that's kind of a good way to just like start engaging with new people that you kind of forget about. Or else there's also, I don't remember how to get to it. Instagram has been doing a thing where it's like less likely, or like least interacted with. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, or if you guys have seen it. But that has like those accounts, like that's been super awesome, because then I go through and like engage with those accounts so that they kind of pop up on my feed a bit more often. So yes, we're just gonna do like 5 minutes of connecting, going through, replying to people's stories, commenting on people's posts. When commenting on people's posts, do not just do like the, oh my gosh, you're so cute, girl, love that outfit. Like, no. Do something meaningful. Do something that if someone commented that on your page, you would be like, oh my gosh, yes, like I want to continue a conversation with this girl. Try to like engage conversation. Try to have a conversation. The goal is to like, I ask a lot of questions. I love to like get to know people. I love to figure out new things about people. So try to like, don't do the cliche, so cute. Like, be an actual like meaningful person wanting to get to know someone else. So we are going to put 5 minutes on the clock and just engage our life away on Instagram. Ready, set, go. I don't know if this is happening to anyone else. Oh, timer just went off. I just came across someone's story and there's like not the option to send them a message. Like it's only that one person's story. I wonder if you can like turn that off so people can't reply to your stories. Weird. Um, okay. Let's see if there is anything else in the chat. Yeah, see, I guess I should have prefaced this. You don't have to use Instagram. Some people do use Facebook, and so many coaches have built their business like totally off of Facebook. I have just always had like a decent Instagram. I feel like my Facebook is more so like my Facebook is very warm market, but it's very like family, friends, parents, like that type of stuff, and just not really a good like business place for me. I need to get better about connecting because inviting just isn't cutting it. I really, 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 really am like a strong believer that you need to connect with people and form relationships before you dive into the inviting aspect. I'll do that new follow message, have a conversation. There's literally times where I've had conversations with people for months, like months. Can it be exhausting? Yes, because you're literally continuing to talk to these people without having that like business turn in it. But like they become my good friends, and then when it does come time to jump into the business, normally they jump into the coaching aspect, and like they're some of my favorite coaches. So that's that. Oh, it's a setting people can have. Interesting. Okay, so we are going to do. I had 20 minutes of follow ups, but honestly, I feel like we're going kind of long. So I'm going to cut it down to 10 minutes of follow ups, and then we'll do 10 minutes of invites, and then finish with the final 5 minute thing. So we have about 25 more minutes left. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so for follow ups, literally follow ups are key. As I was saying earlier about the Shakeology tracker, literally just check in with people and see what they're struggling with, why they haven't been posting, why they aren't drinking their shakes. And chances are it's a super simple fix that they aren't willing to reach out to you about. So we are going to do 10 minutes of follow-ups. Even if, like, one of my favorite things is if I'm following up with people or I just put a call to action on my story on my story, and then I'm going through my DMs and emptying my DMs, I will either tell people like, hey, by the way, I like since we're already chatting, I figured I might as well just like extend an invite to my boot camp, to coaching, to whatever I'm inviting to. Or I will, before I even put a call to action up, I'll go through and talk to previous people that have expressed interest and basically say like, hey, I haven't like officially publicly announced it yet, but I'm opening up so many spots for this, just to kind of give like make them feel special and like give them that like VIP access before I actually officially open it up. So go ahead and go through follow-ups with people you have already been talking to. If you guys aren't tracking who you invite, who you have conversations with, etc., like that's a big, big thing. If you guys didn't know this, you can answer your Instagram DMs through Facebook if you have it like connected to a Facebook business page. Or there's even like Instagram apps you can get on your laptop. Like for example, I know Flume is one of them. I'll type it in the comments. But I'm to the point where sometimes I will not answer DMs on my phone. I would much rather just do it on my laptop. Or if I do it on my phone, I'm sending voice messages. Okay. So next is going to be invites. So we're going to do 10 minutes of this. For inviting, you can throw up a call to action on your story, whether it is you. I just last week, I'll like switch it up. Sometimes I'll just do straight graphics. Sometimes I will do like Canva stories or In Stories are good apps to make like cute coaching or like challenge group call to actions to post on your stories instead of just like a plain picture. Or last week, for the first time in a while, I just jumped on my stories and talked about the like new launch that I was having, starting off a boot camp like group this week, and I got a lot of like good feedback from that. I got a lot of interest off of that. I just did a couple stories of talking about it, and then I threw up I think 3 graphics at the end of it, just like recapping on what I said in those talking stories, and I had a lot of like turnover from that, I guess you could say. So call to action on your stories, reply for the first like invites you're going to do are going to be answering those people that are interested in that public invite. And then if you already answer all those people, you can go through and watch or like invite people who have watched your stories, because like they might not be like your warm market, but like they know you, like they're watching your stories, or people who are liking your pictures, or I think that's it. That's like the main ways that I invite and like where I find my people at. So we're gonna do 10 minutes of invites. When I put a call to action up, I am inviting like crazy for those 24 hours while that call to action is up on my stories. Like crazy. Because the first thing you do when you invite someone, people are most likely gonna click on your page to figure out who the heck you are. Probably gonna either like look at your first post or look at your stories. And if they like look at your stories and see you working out, see you posting your own moves of the day, and then seeing you like opening up spots for your next challenge, they'll be more likely to like be interested in it. If you don't have anything on your account at all, people are gonna like wonder what the heck you're talking about. Jeez, that scared me. Okay, final 5 minutes. This is a fun part. We are going to add, this is like the daily things I do pretty much every day. And this is definitely something you should be doing every day. Adding value slash participating in your team page slash challenge group slash boot camp slash whatever you are running for your team and your clients. So I run a bod group. Actually, right before I jumped on and did this call, I went live in our new bod group thing because we have that new live feature now, which is amazing. So I went live in there and just kind of like did like a daily thing talking about, what did I talk about? Like getting back on track because I had just moved down to Florida. Life was a hot mess. So I did a little tip on how like this week I'm like really honing back in and getting my life back together. So jump into your boot camp, jump into your team page, go like the post, go comment on posts, go comment on rank advancement posts, especially since it is Thursday. Go hype up some of your girls posting their daily check-ins. Just go be a complete team player in your team pages and boot camps. We're going to do this for the final 5 minutes. Okay. So that basically concludes everything that I had for you guys. I will put the kind of like the flow or like the breakdown of what we went over on this. I will post it in the caption after I end this live so you guys can go back and follow it along if you would like. Final question in the chat. Would you recommend starting a business page or just sticking to your regular Facebook page? So I personally do everything over on Instagram, but when I was a new coach, I would post things on my Facebook page, like my regular one, just because that's already going to have your like market of people that know you and like are familiar with you and everything. So I would for now stick it out on your regular Facebook page, but then I would maybe like make an Instagram and connect that to a business Facebook page eventually. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I feel like there were like some decent like tips and tricks in here, just like little things that a person doesn't really think of, to help you guys kind of grow your following and just like grow your networking in general. If anyone has any questions, if people are catching this recording and you guys have questions, go ahead and pop them in the comment and I will jump back in here and answer them. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun, despite my loud timer. Okay, bye guys. Have a great weekend.